students. In the last class we have discussed or we have started the discussing about the entropy. Let us moving forward. Let us discuss entropy changes during phase transformation. Whenever a matter changes from solid to liquid, liquid to vapor, there is change in entropy of the system. Let us know how the change in entropy of the system can be calculated mathematically. Everything we are going to study now. Entropy changes during phase transformation, that is solid to liquid, liquid to vapors, or solid to vapor. The different phase transformations are fusion, that is conversion of a solid into liquid; vaporization, that is the conversion of a liquid into vapor; sublimation is the process where a solid is converting into vapor. So there are three different types of phase transformations are there. Already you learned, that is enthalpy changes during phase transition or phase transformation. Now what happens to the entropy and how we are going to calculate that entropy value during the phase transformation, let us discuss now. First one, entropy of fusion. Already fusion nothing but conversion of a solid into liquid. Enthalpy means the amount of heat energy supplied to convert 1 mole of a solid substance to liquid at its melting. Here entropy means the change in entropy whenever 1 mole of a solid substance changes into liquid at the melting temperature, at the or you can say melting point of the substance is called entropy of fusion. That is change in entropy of the system whenever 1 mole of a solid substance converts into liquid at its melting point. Mathematically we can represent it as delta S fusion. Actually this delta H fusion nothing but entropy of the liquid minus entropy of the solid, that is entropy of the final state minus entropy of the initial state. During this conversion it absorbs about delta H amount of heat energy, that is called enthalpy of fusion. Enthalpy of fusion means amount of heat energy absorbed by the system to convert 1 mole of a solid to 1 mole of a liquid. So this is that amount divided by temperature, means at what temperature it is absorbing. So we can give the enthalpy of fusion as delta S fusion equals to delta H fusion divided by T. Delta H fusion nothing but enthalpy of fusion, T is nothing but temperature melting, or you can write here M, temperature melting point, melting temperature in Kelvin. Delta S fusion, entropy of fusion; S liquid, molar entropy of liquid; S solid, molar entropy of solid; then Tm, that is melting temperature in Kelvin, or you can say melting point of solid in Kelvin or in degree Kelvins. Okay, so enthalpy of fusion we can also call it as latent heat. Latent heat means the heat which we cannot measure, amount of heat energy we cannot measure. Non-measurable quantity of heat is nothing but latent heat. Why we are unable to measure? Because amount of heat energy given to a system is given by mass of the system, change in temperature of the system and specific heat of the system. Mass into delta T, that is rise in temperature, specific heat. We know mass, we know specific heat, but during melting, change in temperature, that is delta T value, becomes 0. When delta T value becomes 0, the amount of heat supplied at its melting becomes 0. Q equals to 0, means we cannot measure it. Actually, we are supplying heat energy to the system, but there is no rise in temperature. The system maintains same temperature, or the system is at same temperature or constant temperature. It means delta T value, change in temperature of the system, remain constant, that is 0. So this amount of heat energy we cannot measure, so we call it as latent heat. Delta H fusion, nothing but latent heat of fusion. Okay. Second one, entropy of vaporization. Entropy of vaporization, the change in entropy of the system when 1 mole of liquid changes into vapors at its boiling temperature. 1 mole of a liquid, 1 mole of liquid converts into vapors at its boiling point. So that change in entropy of the system is called entropy of vaporization. Mathematically, entropy of vaporization is given by delta S vaporization equal to molar entropy of vapor minus molar entropy of liquid. This is equal to delta H vaporization divided by T. Delta H vaporization, nothing but enthalpy of vaporization, where T nothing but boiling point of the liquid. So mathematically, entropy of vaporization is given as delta S vaporization equal to delta H vaporization divided by TB. TB nothing but boiling point of the liquid, delta H vaporization nothing but enthalpy of vaporization, which is equal to latent heat. Here also latent heat of vaporization, latent heat, unmeasurable heat energy. So delta S vaporization equal to delta H vaporization by TB. Next one, entropy of sublimation. Entropy of sublimation means the change in entropy of the system when 1 mole of a solid changes into vapor at a particular temperature. Not its melting point or not its boiling point. At a particular temperature, a solid changes to vapor. The change in entropy of the system is nothing but entropy of sublimation. So entropy of sublimation is denoted by delta S sublimation, and it is equal to entropy of vapor, molar entropy of the vapor minus molar entropy of the solid. So delta S sublimation nothing but delta H sublimation divided by T. So these are the different types of entropy of phase transformation or phase transition. Okay, now means whenever a solid substance changes to liquid substance, there is increase in the entropy. Whenever a liquid changes to a vapor, there is increase in the entropy. Means wherever there is change in phase or change in the state, there is change in the entropy. But there are so many reactions, so many processes where there is no change in the phase. They always present in the same state. In that condition, how we are going to change or how we are going to measure the entropy change, let us know. Entropy increases or delta S is positive when the number of molecules of products is greater than number of molecules of the reactant. So we are taking delta S value is positive whenever number of molecules of products, gaseous molecules of the products are always greater than the number of gaseous molecules of the reactant. Whenever there is increase in number of gaseous molecules during the reaction, then we say delta S value is positive or entropy of the system is increasing. See here, let us know, that is decomposition of sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide on decomposition gives sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Here the number of gaseous moles, that is N reactant, is equals to 2 moles. Here NP, number of gaseous products, that is equals to 1 plus 2, that is 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So number of change in or delta Ng value, that is Np minus Nr. Np is 3, Nr is 2. So delta Ng is equals to plus 1, or simply you can say 1. So here entropy is increasing. Delta S value is positive because here more number of products or more number of moles of gaseous products are obtained compared to the reactant. So here there is increase in the entropy of the system. Okay, second case. Here 1 mole of PCl5 decomposes to give 1 mole of PCl3 and 1 mole of Cl2. Here Nr value, that is number of gaseous reactant, is equals to 1, whereas the number of gaseous molecules products are nothing but 1 plus 1, that is 2. 1 plus 1, this is equals to, so delta Ng is equals to 2 minus 1, that is equals to 1. It means here also there is increase in the entropy of the system. In third example, number of gaseous reactants equal to 1, whereas number of gaseous products equal to 2. So change in or delta Ng value is equals to 2 minus 1. So this is equals to 1. So here also there is increase in entropy of the system. In all these cases there is positive, there is increase in entropy of the system, or you can say delta S value is positive. Okay, now spontaneity in terms of entropy change. How the entropy change of the process of the reaction make the process spontaneous. Let us discuss one by one. Consider two spontaneous reaction, that is mixing of two gases on opening the stopcock, spreading of ink in a beaker filled with water. There are two systems. In one system we have two containers, they are interconnected, and we have a wall. We have two containers which are interconnected, and we have one stopcock. In one container we have gas 1, another container we have gas 2. It means totally this is a type of isolated system. Neither we are supplying heat energy, neither we are supplying matter. Either the system is not supplying heat energy or matter to the surrounding, so it is, we consider it as an isolated system. Okay. Whenever we open it, whenever the stopcock is opened, gas 1 mix with gas 2 and gas 2 mix with gas 1 After some times there is means the randomness will increase. There is increase in the randomness. Randomly means disorder. Previously the container is filled with gas 1 only, container 2 is filled with gas 2 only. After some time there is increased in the randomness or increase in the disorderness. So here for isolated system entropy change is positive. Here we can consider there is increase in the randomness or increase in the entropy of the system. Okay, next, spreading of ink in a beaker. We have beaker filled with water. We added a drop of ink. This is a semi-solid. It means heavy compared to water. Whenever it mixes with water, slowly the molecules are separated. It means the randomness in this ink goes on increase. So here we can say the change in entropy of the system is positive. It means that for spontaneous process, the isolated system, in the isolated system, the entropy change is positive. Okay, these two are the isolated systems. In these isolated system, if the entropy change is positive, then the reaction is spontaneous. Mixing of two gases is spontaneous because there is increase in the entropy. Mixing of ink with water is a spontaneous process because it is also there is also increase in the entropy. So for spontaneous process, if the system is isolated, then entropy change must be a positive. Second one, next example, cooling down of a cup of tea or reaction between marble and hydrochloric acid in open. Cooling down of a cup of tea. We have placed a cup of tea on the table. The tea is going the cooling of tea will takes place. It means the mat think that it is a cup of tea. We have a cup of tea. Here the matter is entering into the surrounding. It means this is the surrounding. Here temperature is high, here temperature is less. So entropy of this is more, kinetic energy of the tea is more, so molecules are evaporating and they are mixing. Anyway, there is increase in the entropy. Delta S value is positive. When delta S value is positive, then it is a spontaneous. Cooling down of a cup of tea in open container is a spontaneous process. Another one reaction, that is reaction between marble and hydrochloric acid. Marble nothing but calcium carbonate, which is a solid. Whenever we treat with hydrochloric acid, there is formation of calcium chloride and evolution of carbon dioxide. This is solid, or let us take it as liquid. Means during this reaction there is increase in entropy because there is evolution of carbon dioxide is there. So there is increase in the entropy. So it is also a spontaneous process. For such reaction, we can say that delta S total, that is change in entropy of the entropy during the process, during the reaction, is equal to change in entropy of the system and change in entropy of the surrounding. If there is system is increasing its entropy, then surrounding will decrease its entropy. If the surrounding is increasing its entropy, then there is decrease in the entropy of the system. But anyway, the total change in entropy must be a positive. If the total change in entropy of the system is positive, then the reaction is spontaneous. Okay, third condition, at equilibrium, entropy of the system remain constant. Means here already I told you, two gases, whenever the two gases mixed or diffuse homogeneously, there is no further distribution of gases in both the containers. In that case, we can say it is in equilibrium. Whenever the system reaches to its equilibrium, there is no change in entropy. So, delta S of system becomes 0. Or in other words, we can say that at equilibrium, the change in entropy of the system is 0. Another example here, whenever this ink completely mix with water, diffuse with water, further distribution of ink in water does not take place. It means homogeneously it is occupying throughout the water. Then the change in entropy delta S becomes 0. There is no further change in the entropy. So at equilibrium delta S is 0. Okay. Based on the above discussion, we can say that if delta S total or delta S universe is positive, the process is spontaneous. These are the conditions to say the reaction, the process is spontaneous if delta S total or delta S universe is positive. Second, if delta S total or delta S universe is negative, the direct process is non-spontaneous but reverse process may be spontaneous. If any system is there, if the direct process is has entropy negative, then reverse process must be spontaneous. Understood? Any reaction is there or any process is there, if the direct process there is decrease in the entropy, the reverse process there is increase in the entropy, so direct process may be a non-spontaneous but reverse process may be a spontaneous. Okay, third point, if delta S total or delta S universe is 0, the process is at equilibrium. These are the some points we have discussed about the entropy. In the next video, let us know what is second law of thermodynamics and Gibbs free energy and other factors. Okay, thank you.